What's going on? Moe Abbassi back at it again, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what I learned from spending about $200K on different mentors, gurus, internet marketers, so that you don't have to, but essentially you can use the same information I learned to make multi six figures. This is everything that I learned to make multi six figures before I was 25. Honestly, the reason why I'm making this video, and I contemplated whether I should make this or not, but I wanted to make this because if you just take this information and apply it and make a ton of money with it, then essentially you'll probably reach out to me and want to work with me, because I help entrepreneurs who are making 5 to 6 figures a month hit record months because of improved performance. So if we can get you to 10K a month, that's awesome. I want to change your life, and so I have this information. I don't want you to spend 25K on a mastermind to learn this stuff. You can just learn it in this video, apply it, make a ton of money. So starting off with number one, the first thing that I learned, and the gurus will not tell you this, they'll tell you, you don't need a lot of followers, you don't need a lot of people who are following you to make money, but they're doing the complete opposite. The first thing I learned is that branding matters, okay? And what I mean by this is that a lot of attention goes into awareness with these internet marketers and attention. They want a lot of people following them. And if not a lot of people following them, they want a lot of people to know who they are. And so they'll add people regularly on Facebook. They'll follow new people on Instagram all the time. They'll pay for shout outs. They'll spend money on advertising so that people know who they are. Now, you might be saying, I don't have money to spend on advertising. I don't have money to spend on shout outs. That's fine. I will teach you how to actually overcome that. The second thing is that they also spend a lot of time getting clear on their niche and who they help so that they can have brand strength. And what brand strength really means is that your brand is very powerful enough to be able to demand a lot of dollars from the people who know you. Now, if you have a lot of brand awareness and attention, but no brand strength, what's going to happen is that the first case scenario is you will have consistency in income, right? You're going to have income coming in because just a lot of people know who you are, but it's going to be low income, okay? You're not going to have a ton of money coming in every month. You'll see this with Instagram influencers who are broke, okay? The second thing that happens, if you have brand strength but no awareness and attention, people don't know who you are, you will have high income, okay? You will have high dollars coming in, but it's going to be very inconsistent. So what a lot of these internet marketers do is they take these two things and they multiply them together. So how do you build awareness and attention? The first thing. Okay, so and let me just erase this board. With awareness and attention, and this is what I essentially did with my business, the first business that I built to multi six figures, the dating business, is that I was uploading 2 to 3 videos per week on this YouTube channel. I was uploading 2 to 3 videos per week showcasing that I was an authority in this field. And so over time, I started to notice trends of what people wanted to see. Now, within the dating industry, what a lot of people wanted to see was people actually demonstrating and showing that they were going out and meeting women instead of just talking about it. A lot of people talk, but not many people were doing. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to come in. This is already working in the industry. A lot of people just showing themselves doing this thing. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out and I'm going to get as much footage as I can of me doing the thing that I'm talking about. And so I would upload 2 to 3 videos per week doing the thing that I was talking about. The next thing, in terms of, this was what actually helped me build a lot of awareness, right? People started to know who I am. My videos started getting views. And even if they weren't getting much views, 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000, people were still knowing who I was through high quality content. The second thing is I wasn't trying to help everybody. I wasn't just going in and going, hey, I teach dating advice for men. No, I wanted to help specifically professional men who were in IT, who were in computer programming, who were in engineering. Basically guys like me who are very analytical nerds. And I showcased myself as that person as well. I am an analytical nerd. I wanted to make sure that I stand out from the crowd as well. And this is where niching down comes in. I made sure to tell people in my videos, like, look, I am not a pickup artist. Like, that's not what I do. I think those people are creepy. I don't do the super flashy stuff. I'm actually very boring in conversations and I still make it work. So I showed a difference between what other people were doing and what I was doing, which helped build up my, not only my awareness because people knew who I was, but it also helped build up my strength because I started to stand out from the rest of others. And this is what I really did. The more output that you can do of high quality content, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the more people will know who you are. And if you stand out from the rest of people out there, then you can charge a high amount of money. So that's the first thing I learned. Let's get into the second point. So second point that I learned with all of these internet marketers is that you have to, now that people know who you are and you have strength, you have credibility, and people can connect with you, you have to know how to generate leads. Okay? One way of generating leads, just one. Whether that's them messaging you, whether that's them texting you, whether that's them emailing you, whether that's them filling out an application, you have to generate leads. People have to put their hands up basically and say, hey, I'm interested in what you have to give me. Now, what we did, of course, with YouTube, that's when I was selling a lot of these bootcamp style, coaching programs when I was in the dating niche. I was generating a ton of leads from people coming in from YouTube saying, hey, love your content. I want to know more about this thing. We were also messaging a lot of people on Facebook. And the more output that you have with messaging people, let's say you message 1,000 people versus 2,000 people versus 10,000 people, the higher the chances are of one, people knowing who you are, but also for them to put their hand up and say, yeah, I am interested in this thing. What do you have to offer me? And very, very easily, it's like, you just to kind of go over this, you message them, you build rapport. So essentially you build a relationship with them and then you say, hey, I got this free thing, or I have this coaching program, I want to tell you about it. Would you like to hop on a call? If you do that with 10,000 people, at least 1 to 5 to 10 to 100 to 1,000 are going to say yes. So you have to find one way of taking the attention that you have, taking the brand strength that you have, and bringing those people and saying, hey, I actually have something to offer you. I have something to give to you that is going to be beneficial to take you to that next level so that you're not just viewing free information and not doing anything with it. You can actually apply it with my specific feedback. So that was the second thing that I learned. The third thing from there is all of these internet marketers had one way of converting those leads. Usually it was either through a sales call, so they would actually hop on the phone with them, figure out where they're at right now, where they want to go, what's stopping them in the way, and then giving them the offer, and then becoming a good sales person, basically closing those sales. Another way, right, so let's put sales convo. The second way that I saw a lot of these internet marketers making a ton of money was through VSLs. VSLs are basically video sales letters where someone signs up for something. There's going to be a 20-minute, 30-minute, 1-hour video basically providing a ton of value, providing information, and getting those people to want to either hop on a call or buy a product or service. And then the last thing was sales pages. So they had a product, they had a coaching program, whether it was low ticket or high ticket, that you would just go on a sales page and you would read the copy, You would click buy and you would get into whatever program it was. And this essentially comes down to understanding what kind of business you want, right? I know people who want a coaching program and they want to be doing that and they want to charge a lot of money. Then you would probably go with sales conversations. There's people who just want to put up a video, have that video convince people to buy into a program or service. Then you would go with VSLs. If you want to have a low ticket product, you don't want to deal with coaching, then you would have sales pages with products. So you have to figure out what kind of business you want so that you can figure out one way of converting the newfound leads that you have. Next thing after that is that a lot of these internet marketers would consistently learn how to get better at fulfilling their promise. They learn how to get better at fulfilling whatever the promise was in their product. They learn how to get better at fulfilling whatever promise they had in their coaching program. You have to consistently improve your skills and invest in the skills to be a better coach or someone who has better information that can help people who are actually paying you. And if you don't help people who are paying you, then long term, you're not going to make money. Short term, you might, okay? Short term, you might make some quick cash, be a one-trick pony, but long term, people are gonna start talking about you. People are gonna start saying, this person's coaching program absolutely changed my life. They're gonna tell all their friends are gonna tell their friends, and their friends are gonna tell their friends, or they're gonna say, this was absolutely terrible, I got ripped off, and they're gonna make sure everybody they know who knows you knows that. And so they always invested into making their fulfillment better, whether that was hiring high-level coaches so that they can start to outsource and bring more people in, whether that was increasing their skills, which is something that I regularly did. You know, I would go to different coaching programs. I would go get different certifications. I went to Tony Robbins conferences, seminars, all of these different things so that I can increase my skill, thereby becoming a better dating coach at that time. So number 4 is they know how to fulfill better. And last but not least is that number 5, none of this matters if you don't do it. And here's what I mean. You know, when I was trying to start the dating business for 4 years, I was constantly having these ups and downs where one month I would make 3-4 grand, next month I would make nothing, and then another 4 grand and nothing. And I would constantly search for the next tactic, constantly search for the next technique. And what I realized is that every coaching program that I got into, the $200,000 that I spent going through every different mastermind, working with the top level internet marketers and coaches, is that they essentially all had the same information. And that all the information in terms of building a business is actually already out there. You can go on YouTube, you can read books. Everything is out there for you to be able to make money, or at least get, you know, to 10K, 20K a month where you're making 6 figures. There is no shortage of information. And I would compare myself looking at other people in these coaching programs who were making a ton of money, and I would feel bad about myself, and then I would go buy another coaching program, another coaching program, another coaching program. What I realized is that if you just don't implement, and you're riding this constant wave where one day you're motivated and you're crushing it and you're implementing all this stuff, you feel good, and then the next day you're scrolling on social media and watching Netflix and not doing shit and feeling demotivated and having imposter syndrome and comparison syndrome and perfectionism, that's what determines your income level more than anything else, which is why I started this new business helping, you know, 5 to 6 figure a month entrepreneurs really performing at the levels they should so that they can be in these high moments at all times making more money and more money. And so internally, you have to do more work than externally because the information is already out there. You know how to find all of that information. If you just scroll on YouTube right now saying how to build a coaching business, there is going to be hundreds, if not thousands of videos showing you how to do that. And so there is no shortage of information. You just have to be able to implement them. And if you can implement them, you're going to make more money. Just off universal principles, the more output there is, the more input you're going to have. the more content you create, the better you get at copywriting, the better you get at creating content, the better you get at speaking, creating these quote-unquote skills, you'll be able to build awareness and authority. From that awareness and authority, if you can generate leads, getting them to message you, fill out an application, follow you on social media, whatever it is, and having conversations with them, whether it's through a sales call, a VSL, or a sales page, you're going to make more sales. And from there, you take that money that you made, invest it into your own skills so that you can become a better provider of your own product. That is it. That is all you need to build a business. And so what's more important than all of the tactical, magical shit that people are telling you to do with ads and all this stuff is implementation, is actually doing it, which requires you to work on your internal mindset, which requires you to work on your belief systems, which requires you to work on getting rid of addictions that are not good for you, right? Scrolling on social media too much, Netflix, pornography, drinking, smoking, hanging out with friends too much, and knowing that you should be working on your goals, knowing you should be working on your business, but you aren't. So implementation is far better than anything. And that's a huge thing that I learned from a lot of these internet marketers, is they would work their ass off, man. Like, they would work the 16-hour days. They would work the 12-hour days. They would implement every single day, not just in their business, but also in their life, within their relationships, within, their friendships, within their health. Implementation was the most important aspect of all of these entrepreneurs. So hopefully this helped you out. If it did, I want you to go out there and make as much money as possible. Again, I contemplated making this video many times because I didn't really want to, teach the tactical aspects of a business. It's just not fun for me, but I thought this would be helpful for you guys. So comment down below your #1 biggest takeaways. If you have any questions in regards to this, feel free to reach out to me either on Instagram at Moe Abbassi. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can just comment it down below and I'll give you a detailed answer. Whatever you need, I'll help you make more money. So just in regards to this video, of course, just ask below and I will help you out. Talk soon. Take care.